Okay, let's dive right in. Have you ever been in one of those family arguments that just goes completely off the rails and ends up somewhere totally unexpected? Well, that is exactly what we're talking about today with this piece called Reflections on What a Certain Relative of Emma Collette Calls Cardinality. And trust me, you're going to want to stick around because this is where a simple talk about geography spirals into this absolutely mind-bending philosophical puzzle.
So we meet our guide for this little adventure, Sinbad. He introduces himself as Emma Collette's cousin, and he sets the stage for a lecture on a topic that he says is familiar. But don't let that calm introduction fool you. Things are about to get really weird, really fast.
And bam, right on cue, here comes his cousin Emma. Her reaction pretty much tells you everything you need to know about their dynamic. I mean, calling someone the mitochondrion of the family? That's a deep cut. It's just the perfect, hilarious start to what is essentially a family feud disguised as a lecture.
The confusion kicks in right from the get-go. See, Sinbad says he's talking about cardinality, but what he actually means is cardinal points, north, south, east, and west. And this one little mix-up, it's the key that unlocks a very, very deep rabbit hole. Now, instead of just making his point, Sinbad decides to throw a total wrench in the works. He frames his whole lecture like a puzzle, starting with 4 increasingly strange questions about planets that honestly seem completely random. So let's see if we can piece this thing together. He kicks things off with what seems like a simple enough question about the shape of planets. It feels like something out of a basic astronomy class, but this is actually the first sneaky step on a journey that's going to challenge everything you think you know about direction.
And then, whoa, question 2 takes a sharp turn into the absurd. Are there square planets floating around out there? It's a ridiculous question on purpose, right? It's designed to make us second-guess our most basic assumptions about how the universe works.
Okay, so now he reels it back in, bringing the focus right back to us, here on Earth. Why is our planet shaped the way it is? You can feel the questions getting more specific, like he's slowly building towards some big, surprising reveal about how we see our world.
And here it is, the big one, the final question that finally starts to tie everything together. He's actually suggesting that our entire understanding of direction is fundamentally linked to the shape of our planet. This is where things start to get really interesting.
So, if you're sitting there thinking, what on earth is this guy talking about? Don't worry, you are not alone. Ed's reaction right here perfectly captures that feeling of total confusion. But this skepticism, you see, it's the calm before the storm. It's the perfect setup for the mind-blowing idea that's about to drop.
And just when you think you can't handle any more of the weirdness, this is it. Sinbad drops the bombshell. All those bizarre questions, all those seemingly random tangents, they were all leading to this one single perspective-shattering idea about the nature of direction itself.
Here's where he hits us with it. Get this. He claims that because the Earth spins on an axis, only 2 of our 4 cardinal points are actually fixed in place. It's such a simple idea, but oh man, the implications are absolutely staggering.
And this is the incredible conclusion he draws from that. North and south, they aren't just concepts on a compass. They're actual physical places. You can literally go and stand on the North Pole. It's not just an idea, it's a real destination.
Emma's scream just perfectly captures the shock of this whole thing, doesn't it? It's more than just a funny moment. It's the sound of a worldview completely shattering. The idea that 2 of our most fundamental directions aren't what we think they are, it's a genuinely jarring thought.
So, if north and south are fixed places, then what in the world are east and west? Well, this is where Sinbad's argument takes another fascinating and kind of strange turn.
This chart just breaks down the mind-bending reality of it all. On one side, you have north and south. They're absolute, they're fixed, they're places. On the other, you've got east and west, which are relative, always in motion, just a constant loop, like a dog endlessly chasing its own tail.
And Ed's reaction just completely flips from boredom to pure terror. The idea that 2 of our core directions are just constantly slipping away from us, that's a genuinely creepy thought. And yeah, Ed's reaction totally captures that feeling of unease.
Okay, so here is the most mind-bending part of the whole argument. When you factor in all the ways our planet is moving through space, rotating, revolving around the sun, hurtling through the galaxy, the location of east and west is literally never the same twice. It's a concept of perpetual, unrepeatable motion that will just make your head spin.
Just when you think you've finally wrapped your head around the crazy implications of Sinbad's argument, he takes it one giant step further. He's about to connect this abstract geography lesson to the real world, and honestly, the result is truly shocking.
And this is Sinbad's final move. He connects his wild argument about direction to the geopolitical powers we all call the East and the West. And suddenly, this isn't just a quirky geography lesson anymore. It's become this powerful metaphor for the shifting tides of history and global power.
You can just feel the panic from Emma and Ed, right? They get it. They immediately grasp the terrifying implication here. If the East and the West are as unfixed as their geographical namesakes, what in the world does that mean for the future of our world? It's a deeply unsettling thought.
So, after a total whirlwind of strange questions, shocking revelations, and terrifying metaphors, Sinbad finally reveals the ultimate point of his entire lecture, a single, unforgettable moral lesson that might just change the way you see everything.
And here it is, the grand finale of Sinbad's lecture. He argues that just like the directions East and West are locked in a perpetual dance, the geopolitical powers that carry their names are destined to eventually swap places. It's not a prediction, he says, it's an inescapable law of nature.
I mean, Ed's final line is just the perfect summary of this entire experience, isn't it? Is it nonsense? Well, maybe. But it's the most brilliantly argued, thought-provoking nonsense you'll probably ever hear. It's this beautiful paradox that makes you question everything and just laugh at the sheer absurdity of it all.
So that leaves us with a pretty big question, right? If our basic understanding of direction is built on a foundation of sand, what other absolute truths in our lives are just waiting to be pulled apart? What other parts of our reality are just a dog chasing its tail? It's a question that'll keep you up at night, but in the best possible way.